Good afternoon. Everyone, please go ahead and take your seats. If you're still looking for a seat, there's a few seats toward the front corners on both sides, and there's also a few seats mingled in. If you have a seat next to you, maybe wave your arm so a few people in the back can find your way in. Lots of seats. So everyone, please take your seats, and please let me have your attention. Yoo-hoo! Hello! Welcome to the awards lunch. Can I have everyone's attention, please? Woo-hoo, woo-hoo, woo-hoo. Thank you all for coming. This is a very special occasion for us because we're here to recognize some of the best contributors to our society, our Robotics and Automation Society. Contributors in many ways. Contributors to the technical activities, to the publication activities, to things like robot challenges, to things like the editorial boards and so forth. So we're here to recognize and honor many people in our community who have worked very hard to make our society and this conference possible. So we decided to make this a special occasion by having a special lunch. And I know you'll be tempted to network with your friends, but please, as we go through the lunch, please try to honor the people that we're honoring by listening to the awards and recognizing the people that have worked so hard for our society and for this conference. So, welcome. I'm happy now to turn over the agenda to our first set of awards. We're going to begin with Kazuhiro Kosuge, who is the awards chair for the IEEE Robotics and Automation Society, as well as our president of our society, Raja Shatilia. Let's welcome them.
Good afternoon. I know it's hard to do two things at the same time, eating and listening. But please try to focus a little bit on your dish. Don't mind what I'm saying. I would like just to welcome you here. This is our traditional award ceremony. And as Lynn said, I'm Raja Shatila. I'm the president of the IEEE Robotics and Automation Society for this year and last year. So let me give you a few words about what's going to happen during this lunch. The Society has several awards to honor the achievements of its members and others in the field of robotics and automation. And these awards are given to recognize their achievements for technical contributions, for leadership, for service to the society and profession. So we have different kinds of awards. And many of these awards are given at ICRA because ICRA is our flagship conference. And let me take this opportunity to thank Nancy Amato, Program Chair, and Lynn Parker, General Chair for ICRA 2015, and their committees and teams for a great conference and program. Please join me. And as you know, it's a very exceptional team. So the awards that are going to be handed today include IEEE award, IEEE level award, not society award, but also society awards, publication awards, and conference awards, as well as special recognition for service to the society. So I would like, of course, in this case, to express my appreciation for the hard work that preceded the award ceremony, especially to Kazuhiro Kosuge, who chairs the award committee for the society and for ICRA 2015 Awards Committee. And of course, to the many unnamed reviewers and evaluators to whom we pay tribute for their work to prepare, to select the awardees. The first award is the IEEE Robotics and Automation Technical Field Award. This is the IEEE's highest award in a technical field, and in this case, in our technical field, which is robotics and automation. The IEEE, as you know, is the largest professional association in the world with over 426,000 members, and it's organized along 39 technical societies, and one is, RAS is one of them, actually the fifth by size. The Technical Field Award in Robotics and Automation is sponsored by the IEEE Robotics and Automation Society, and it comes with $10,000 prize. The award will be presented by Kazuhiro Kasuge on behalf of IEEE President Howard Michel, who wasn't able to join us today.
Thank you very much, President Raja-ICRA. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor to be here today, representing the IEEE Board of Directors and to present the IEEE Robotics and Automation Award. This award is sponsored by the IEEE Robotics and Automation Society and recognizes outstanding contributions in the field of robotics and automation. This year, we are indeed fortunate to honor IEEE Fellow Dr. Rodney A. Brooks, Chairman and Chief Technology Officer with Rethink Robotics of Boston, Massachusetts, and the Panasonic Professor of Robotics Emeritus at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology in Cambridge. Dr. Brooks is being recognized for pioneering contributions to and leadership in research and commercialization of autonomous robotics, spanning mobile, humanoid, service, and manufacturing robotics. Even as a young graduate student in the early 1980s, Dr. Brooks was passionate about mobile robotics. What he was not passionate about, though, was the prevailing thinking at that time. The mainstream belief was that lifelike robotic behaviors would only result from cramming a bigger and faster computers into robotic machinery. Dr. Brooks believed that the key to better and more mobile robots lay in the close coupling of sensing and behavior. He developed this subsumption architecture, which provided principles for designing real-time control in layered and increasingly complex systems. The subsumption architecture would lay the groundwork for decades of advancement in robotic innovations and research, including Dr. Brooks' own effort in behavior-based robotics and systems and the recent work in human-robot interaction. In addition, the architecture led to a number of seminal papers, either authored or co-authored by Dr. Brooks. Among them, Robust Layered Control System for a Mobile Robot, which first appeared in the IEEE Journal of Robotics and Automation in 1986. According to Google Scholar, it has already been cited over 9,200 times. Intelligence Without Representation, another seminal work, was published in the Journal of Artificial Intelligence in 1991 and has already been cited more than 7,000 times, as stated by Google Scholar. Elephants Don't Play Chess, and publication in Robotics and Autonomous Systems in 1990, and has garnered more than 1,400 citations in the year since, according to the Google Scholar. Almost 20 citations from only 3 pieces of Dr. Brooks' extensive body of work. This is truly the hallmark of a visionary leader whose work has helped to reshape the function of modern robotics. If this was all that Dr. Brooks had accomplished in his many years as a leading figure within modern robotics and automation, it would have been enough to secure his status among the giants of that field. But in addition to the work in research, Dr. Brooks founded two of the leading robotics companies of our time. As you may know, iRobot and Rethink Robotics. iRobot, which was launched as IS Robotics in 1990, was the first service robotics company to provide consumer market products in the United States. Dr. Brooks and his iRobot team brought forth robotic consumer products to assist with everyday tasks such as vacuuming and scrubbing the floor, cleaning a swimming pool, or cleaning debris from a home's rain gutters. Dr. Brooks' most recent venture, Rethink Robotics, is poised to reshape the future of manufacturing. The company's Baxter robot is an inexpensive and very user-friendly manufacturing robot platform which learns by watching humans perform a task and recording their actions. His concern for the future of robotics, however, extends far beyond his work as an entrepreneur or researcher. Dr. Brooks has been a key voice of support for the United States National Robotics Initiatives, as you know, advocating strongly for the need to invest further in robotics research and innovation efforts, both within the United States and throughout the world. Dr. Rodney Brooks has amassed a remarkable career of endeavor, insight, and accomplishment, and his efforts will continue to shape our world for many years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to welcome Dr. Rodney A. Brooks, recipient of the 2015 IEEE Robotics and Automation Award.
Well, thank you to IEEE for this great award. Thank you to everyone who's organized this conference. There's lots of people I could thank, but I want to quote an old friend of ours, Rosina, Bernie Roth. Robotics has been very good to me. And there's one person I do want to thank, because I just want to twist in. Is George Becky here? George, are you here? I know George Becky's somewhere. George was the editor of the IEEE Journal of Robotics and Automation when that paper with 9,000 citations was submitted. And I reread the reviews this morning, and they recommended rejection. But George published the paper, and I wouldn't be here today without that. And that brings me to a point. I was given a few minutes. I'm not going to talk very long at all. We are just at the beginning of robotics. There's a lot to be, many of you don't have kids yet, but in 20 years you'll have kids, and you show them videos from 2015, and they'll say, robots were that primitive back in 2015? How could that be? Things are going to change a lot in the next few years, but they only change when people have bold ideas and work on bold ideas. So I urge people not to be worrying about a publication per se, but to be worrying about what they can do, what you can do, what off-scale idea you can have, which will change the way robots work. So please go forth and change the world with new robots. Thank you.
Thank you, Rodney, for this message. It's difficult to follow Rodney on the stage. The next kind of award that I would like to announce and honor today are the IEEE Fellows. IEEE Fellow is a distinction reserved for select IEEE members whose extraordinary accomplishments in any of the IEEE fields of interest are deemed fitting in this prestigious grade elevation. It's the highest membership grade, and elevation to the IEEE Fellow is limited to 0.1% of the IEEE voting membership each year, which makes about 300 persons. For 2015, we are fortunate to have an exceptionally high number of our members elevated to IEEE Fellow. 12 presented by RAS, Robotics and Automation Society, and 6 by other societies. This is a very high number indeed. Actually, most of them have already received their fellow pin and certificate, but I would like to ask them to come forward as they are called to be recognized and take a picture. And so please hold your applause. I'm going to announce all of them. Hold your applause until all have come forward. Wolfram Burgart from the University of Freiburg, Germany. Contributions to mobile robot navigation and simultaneous localization and mapping. Howie Chozet, CMU. Contributions to the design, control, and planning of highly articulated robots. Henrik Christensen, Georgia Tech, for contribution to estimation methods for robot localization and mapping. Dieter Fox, University of Washington, contribution to Bayesian state estimation robotic perception. Sylvain Martel, École Polytechnique de Montréal, Canada, for contributions to medical micro and nanorobotics. Jean-Pierre Merlet, INRIA, France, for contributions to parallel robots. Paul Newman, University of Oxford, contributions to robot navigation. Moshe Shoham, Technion from Israel Institute of Technology, contributions to robot manipulators and miniature medical robots. Stefano Stramiglioli from University of Twente, contributions to modeling, control, and realization of complex robotic systems. Yu Sun, contributions to automated manipulation of biological cells. Dong Sun, City University of Hong Kong, contributions to robot-aided manipulation of biological cells. Chiao Lan Chi, École Supérieure des Mines de Saint-Étienne, for contributions to systems engineering for healthcare and manufacturing. Don Hallerpin, Tel Aviv University, for contributions to robust geometrical algorithm for robotics and automation. And now I'm beginning with those who are not elevated by RAS but other societies. Randall Beard, Brigham Young University, contributions to the theory and practice of guidance, control, and team coordination of unmanned aerial vehicles. Spiridon Reveliotis, Georgia Tech, contributions to discrete event systems for resource allocation. Kyoishi Oishi, Nagaoka University of Technology, for contribution to development of fast and robust motion control system. Wei Lon Fang, National Tsinghua University, Taiwan, for contributions to measurement methods and process technologies for micro-electromechanical systems. Robert Safranek, Beneview Incorporated, USA, for contributions to perceptual image and video compression and quality. Everyone is here?
Do you want to go in the middle?
It's you.
You have to lie in front. You have to lie down front.
Oh, okay.
They want more.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, so much for gender diversity. Okay, thank you very much. Now Kazuhiro Kasuge is going to continue to lead the ceremony to present the IEEE Robotics and Automation Society Awards.
Robotics and Automation Society has several society awards. So I'd like to start the award presentation from now. First one is IEEE.RAS Pioneer Award. This year, this award goes to Professor Daniel E. Whitney Massachusetts Institute of Technology, USA, for his fundamental pioneering contributions to robotic assembly and its integration into product development. So please give him big hands. Congratulations. Okay, okay. You want to do some talk?
So I'd like to thank the Society for this award. It's great to be here and see so many other people who were pioneers in my time. I'm glad you're all still alive. Keep going, keep roboting. Thank you very much.
Congratulations again. Okay, next award is for the Leadership Award, and 2015 IEEE Robotics and Automation Society George Salidis Leadership Award in Robotics and Automation goes to Professor Bruno Siciliano, University of Naples, Federico II, Italy, for his outstanding leadership in the robotics and automation community as a research innovator, an inspired educator, a dedicated contributor of professional service, and an ambassador of science and technology. Congratulations. Okay, yeah. This year, we have 3 distinguished service awards. Okay, first guy is Professor Ren C. Luo, National Taiwan University, is one of the winners of Distinguished Service Award in recognition of his outstanding leadership and distinguished contributions to Robotics and Automation Society on administrative committees, publications, and conferences. So please, congratulations. Okay? Okay. Okay, second recipient of this Distinguished Service Award goes to Professor Lynn Parker, the University of Tennessee, for her work as editor-in-chief of the RAS Conference Editorial Board, her service on many RAS committees, and her contribution to RAS conferences. Congratulations. Okay, the third Distinguished Service Award goes to Miss Rosalind Graham Schneider, Raleigh, USA, for her never-ending commitment in the support of all RAS activities in 25 years of service from the start of the society to the fastest growing society of IEEE. Congratulations. Oh, thank you very much, and congratulations. Okay, next one is the Early Career Award in Robotics and Automation. we have two categories. One is for industry and government, another one for academics. So we have, okay, I would like to, several winners exist. So I'd like to introduce one by one. The first winner of our Early Career Award in Robotics and Automation, Industrial Government, is Laila Takayama, Google X USA, for bringing empirical social science research into the development of personal and telepresence robotics. Congratulations. Okay, second winner of the Early Career Award in Robotics and Automation in Academics, given to is Professor Sami Haddadin from Leibniz University, Hanover, Germany, for fundamental contribution to robot safety, physical human-robot interaction, and software robotics control. I think this is a last Early Career Award in Robotics and Automation Academic. The winner is Professor Robert J. Webster III, Vanderbilt University, USA, for innovations in the design, modeling, and control of flexible, minimally invasive surgical robots. Yeah. Congratulations. Okay, next award, Inaba Technical Award for Innovation leading to production. Okay, 2015 Inaba Technical Awards for Innovation leading to production goes to Professor Hermano Igor Krebs, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, USA, for contributions to medical technology innovation and translation into commercial applications for rehabilitation robotics. Congratulations. Okay, next one is Robotics, IEEE Robotics and Automation Award for Product Innovation. The winner of this year is Hand-In Scan Limited for the Hand-In Scan device, which brings objectively to hand hygiene control. It offers quality-ensured methods to prevent healthcare-associated infections and biological contaminations. So, okay. Congratulations. Okay. This year's RAS Robotics and Automation Society Most Active Technical Committee Award is given to Technical Committee on Haptics, 2014 Chair Antonio Frisoli, a 2014 co-chairs Ji Wan Liu and William Provencer. Okay, please come. And one more last awards. 2015 IEEE.RAS Awards, a Chapter of the Year award is given to IEEE.RAS Egypt chapter. Professor Alala Kamis is here.
So he's represented by someone else.
Okay. Congratulations. Okay, next award will be introduced by Professor Raj, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Raj Madhavan. I'm the Vice President of the Industrial Activities Board, and I'm up here to present the IEEE.RAS Award, or the Invention and Entrepreneurship in Robotics and Automation Award. This award is a joint award between RAS and the International Federation of Robotics. Currently in its 11th year, it honors the achievements of people who create innovation, not just innovation, but also entrepreneurship. We had 3 finalists, and the judges had a tough choice in selecting the winner, and in fact, we couldn't agree on a winner, so we did one better by selecting 2 of the finalists as joint winners. So the first winner, a joint co-winner, not in any particular order, is Francois Boucher from Kinova. And the other joint winner comes to us from the UK for Qbot, Tom Lipinski. I'll wait for him to come and then I'll Finally. Yeah, finally. Congratulations, Tom.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. You guys should stand here to congratulations. Thank you. Take a picture, I guess. So should I go? I'm also up here to recognize the contributions of our standards committee, which had 2 working groups. The first working group actually produced the very first RAS standard called Ontologies for Robotics and Automation. So I would like to recognize the working group members by asking them to come up to the stage. Craig Schlenoff is the chair of the working group, and Edson Prestes is the co-chair. And I also see a couple of other people, Paulo Gonçalves, the secretary, Sandra Fiorini, some of the working group members. If you are part of the working group, please do come up. Only you get the certificate, but we're only giving for the chair, but you will get your certificate later. All right, then let them all come and then take a picture. Congratulations. You can come and up on stage. You're right. Welcome. Welcome. So you guys go there. Can't get it up. Here, Edson. Here. Close it. Close it.
Here, this is for the team.
Okay, I'll give some. All right. I will move on. I think that's it. I will give this to you. Okay, so you look. Okay.
So, dear colleagues, now we move to the RAS Publication Awards, and I ask Frank Park, IEEE Transactions Editor-in-Chief on Robotics to join. Yeah, I can now say.
Okay. Thank you. My name is Frank Park. I'm the editor-in-chief of the Transactions on Robotics. And like we do every year, this year the 40 members of our editorial board examined the roughly 100 papers that were published in 2014. And approximately 10 were nominated. These papers were then evaluated further by the editors and also former editors-in-chief, and also the opinions of outside experts were also solicited. And after months of sometimes intense deliberation, I'm happy to report that we reached a consensus decision that this year's King Sun Fu Best Transactions and Robotics paper should be given to the following paper, Catching Objects in Flight by Singsu Kim, Ashrina Shukla, and Aude Biard from EPFL. I'd like to invite the authors to come up. Yeah, please download the paper. It's open access, and I also invite you to watch the video. It's really incredible.
Look at that photo.
We have also other publications awards, which will be handed in our conference on automation, science, and engineering next August in Gothenburg. So it's the Best Paper Award and the Best Application Paper Award. I would like now to express a special recognition of robotics and automation officers, members of the administrative committee who are leaving the administrative committee now because their term has ended. They were serving from 2012 to 2014, Nancy Amato, Fumito Arai, Wolfram Burgard, and Robin Murphy, and two who were serving in 2014, Danica Krajic and Alison Okamura. Danica and Wolfram are re-elected for 2015 and 2017 and will be continuing service. Please join me to thank them. And now, I hope that you had a good lunch.
Come up?
Yeah.
Do you want them to come up? Yes?
Yeah. Are we around? Yeah. Sorry. I want to hand them some certificate. So Nancy, please, Fumito, Wolfram, Robin, Danica, Alison. Sorry for the glitch.
Sorry for the confusion.
Dankeschön. Thank you.
Everyone's in a food coma.
And this one's here.
In the middle.
So now it's good. And now we are going to move to another kind of awards. It's the ICRA 2015 Awards. The recognition that we give to papers that were published in ICRA 2015, to associate editors, and so on. And I would like to ask Lydia Kavraki to join me here. papers. Now, who is doing the challenges? Me? No. Who he is handing me? Steve? What? Does he know? Okay, I'm sorry. There is a slight change in the program. Now it's the Robot Challenges Awards. Steve is going to give this award.
Thank you. Hello, I'm Steve Balikursky, and I'm one of the co-chairs for the RAS Competitions Committee. I hope that everyone had a chance to enjoy the competitions that we had. Can't hear? Is that better? Okay. Again, I'm Steve Balikursky. I'm one of the co-chairs for the RAS Competitions Committee. I hope that everyone had a chance to enjoy the events that we had this year. I also want to recognize Dan Popa, who is the other co-chair on the RAS committee, and especially thank Sonia Chernova, who's over by our photo booth, for all of the hard work that she put into the arrangements of this year's events. The way that this is going to work is I'm going to announce the top 3 teams, and if I could have the third place and second place in each event stand at your table and be recognized. And then the first place team, if you could come up and come across the stage and be recognized by the audience, and then make your way over to the photo area to have your picture taken. The second and third place teams, I'd like you all to come up after the luncheon and please have your picture taken as well. And as I go through the events, if the event organizers could also make their way to be in the pictures, I'd appreciate it. Thank you. So the first competition that we're going to recognize is the Amazon Picking Challenge. And this challenge was aimed at furthering advancement in automation and technologies in terms of being able to pick product from shelves and automatically load it into totes. It came with a very nice first place prize of $20,000 down to a third place prize of $1,000. And I'd like to first recognize Team Grizzly that came in third place. If Team Grizzly is here, if they could stand. Then Team MIT, who came in second place. And finally, Team RBO from TU Berlin that came in first place. If you all could make your way over to this side of the stage, please. I should mention also for the teams that are not coming up to the stage that we have certificates and awards for you. You can pick those up tomorrow morning at the registration desk. The next competition that we're going to recognize is the Humanitarian Robotics and Automation Technology Challenge. And this competition actually featured a robot in a remote location that was being controlled from the competitions area here in the area of trying to find buried landmines for landmine mitigation. We had 5 teams that participated in this event, and I'd like to recognize the top 3 winning teams. The third place team is Team Mineseeker from the University of Nebraska, Omaha. If they're in the room, it could stand up. The second place team is Team Orion from the University of Texas, Arlington. If they could be recognized, please. And finally, the first place team is Team NUS from the National University of Singapore. If I could have you all come up from these stairs over here, please. Congratulations. The next competition is the Humanoids Application Challenge. And the point of this competition is to use Darwin OP humanoid robots to have creative apps that contribute to technologies for humanoid application developments. Oops, I'm sorry. And the winner of this competition is Team Snowbots from the University of Manitoba. The next competition that we're going to recognize is the Mobile Microrobotics Challenge. And this competition features robots that can be no larger than 500 microns in size. And they had several different competition events that they ran at this year's event. The first was an autonomous mobility and accuracy challenge where robots were given trajectories that they had to follow autonomously, and they were judged by how fast and how accurate they were able to cover these trajectories. I'd like to recognize the University of Hawaii for first place in this challenge. Congratulations. We have certificates for you all in the morning at the registration. Okay. And if you guys could make your way over, have your picture in front of the. The next challenge is the Microassembly Challenge, and in this competition, teams had to perform microscale assembly inside of a channel, and the winner of this event is ETH Zurich. If we could have you come up to the stage as well, please. There is, it's placed. There should be. Congratulations. We have certificates for you all that will be available tomorrow morning at the registration. Congratulations. Picture there. And the final event in the microrobot competition is a showcase and poster session where we recognize the most innovative advancements in technology in this area. The winner of this competition was UVT Romania. Romania? Are they not here? Is anyone from UVT here? Ah, okay. And that concludes the competition awards presentation. Thank you for your attention.
And now we are going to move to the next part of the program, which is about ICRA 2015 awards. I'm Lydia Kavraki from Rice University, and I was the ICRA Awards Chair this year. Before going to the presentation of the paper awards, I would like to invite the ICRA Conference and Editorial Board Editor-in-Chief, Alison Okamura, who is going to present the awards that relate to editorial and reviewing processes. Alison?
Yeah, for some reason it jumped. Thank you, everyone. As you know, the foundation of a great technical conference are great quality technical papers, and this requires a large set of reviewers. In fact, we had over 6,000 individual reviews for papers for this conference. While many of you and people all over the world contributed to reviewing these papers, there are a few individuals we would especially like to recognize. So please hold your applause until I've read all the names, and can all the people listed on this slide please come forward right now. For the Best Associate Editor Award, we appreciate the efforts of Eric Diller and Paolo Rubofo Giordano. And for the Best Reviewer Awards, we'd like to recognize Renaud Detry, Andre Gams, Hedvig Kjellstrom, and Raul Suarez. Please come up here to accept your certificates. Thank you.
Shake hands twice.
Okay, now we are going to continue with the ICRA Best Paper Awards. So I served as the award chair. It was an honor to be in this position, but I must say that I couldn't have done this job without two excellent co-chairs, Jessica Hodgins and Carmen Torres, and I would like to really acknowledge their contributions. The way the procedure works is as follows. The program committee, the senior program committee, chooses semi-finalists for each category based on the reviewer comments, associate editor comments, and editor comments at the senior program committee meeting. Then the committees are formed, one committee for each award. They select the finalists. The finalists are printed in your program, so the last few pages of your program have the one that is on the tables, has the finalists for each category. And then the final decisions are made by the committees during the conference, and they are based both on the quality and the innovation of the final papers and the corresponding presentations. So each award carries a monetary prize, and with this, I would like to proceed by looking at the first award. This was the Automation Best Paper Award. The committee was chaired by Desen Song and Jinggang Yi, and members were Gianluca Antonelli, Dongjun Lee, and Don Tilbury. And they considered 5 papers. You can find the papers in your program. Unfortunately, I do not have the time to go through the papers, but every time you see a star, this denotes a student paper. And among these papers, the winner was Design, Modeling, and Control of a Modular Contactless Wafer Handling Systems. If the authors can proceed to the podium, Besem Dahruk, Guillaume Laurent, Valerian Gualpa, Nadine Lefort-Piat. Thank you. I would like to ask all recipients to come to the podium from the left, if possible, the left set of stairs. Proceed this way. Our president is going to hand the awards, and then the pictures are taken down there with the program chair and the conference chair. The next award is on cognitive robotics. And the committee was chaired by Maria Guini. Members were Peter Abil, Herring Christensen, Dong-Soo Kwon, Giulio Sandini, and Shingo Shimoda. They considered 5 different papers. Among them, we had student papers again. You can find the names of the papers in your program. And the winner is Grounding Spatial Relations for Outdoor Robot Navigation. If the authors could come to the podium, please. Abel Dasman Boularias, Felix Duvalier, Jean O, Anthony Stens. Use these stairs if possible. I'm going to proceed with the next award, but I want to say now before I forget it that all the finalists are welcome to come and get a certificate from the registration desk after the end of the ceremony. Our next award is on medical robotics. The committee was chaired by Venkat Krovi, and the members were Senil Agrawal, Howie Shozet, Blake Hannaford, Kostas Kyriagopoulos, and Ming Ling. These are the 5 papers that were considered for this award. And the winner is an angle-foot prosthesis emulator with control of plantar flexion and inversion-eversion torque by Stephen Collins, Myunjin Kim, Jiantian Chen, Jian Yao Chen. We proceed with the Robot Manipulation Best Paper Award. The committee was chaired by Jing Chao, with members being Peter Allen, Tamin Asfour, Dieter Fox, and Kazuhiro Kozuki. They considered 4 papers for this award, and among them, the finalist is Learning Contact-Rich Manipulation Skills with Guided Policy Search by Sergey Levin, Nolan Wagner, and Peter Abil. I hope the recipients are here and can come to the podium. And I will proceed to the Best Vision paper, Robot Vision paper. The committee was chaired by Jana Koseka and Kostas Delniilidis, with Craig Hager, Darius Burska, and Stefanos Sato being members. They considered 5 different papers. All of these are printed in your booklet. And the winner in this category is Work Smart, Not Hard, Recalling Relevant Experiences for Vast Scale by Time-Constrained Localization by Chris Linegar, Winston Churchill, and Paul Newman. If you can please come to the podium. Okay, next is the Service Robotics Best Paper Award. The committee was chaired by Peter Korke, and we have Tamin Asfour and Richard Voice as members. They considered 3 different papers, and among them, the award goes to Robot Sherlock, Unstructured Information Processing for Robot Perception by Michael Beetz, Ferenc Belind Bezendi, Nico Blodo, Daniel Naiga, Yemo Windemeyer, and Zoltan Jaba Marton. If the authors could please come. Next, we go to the Best Student Paper Award. The committee was chaired by Carmen Torres. Tim Bredel, Dana Kulik, Christian Shechi, and Il-Hong Su were contributing members. They considered 5 different papers that are listed in your brochure, but I need to say here that all student papers in previous categories were also eligible for this award. Among these papers, the winner is Grasping Without Squeezing, Shear Adhesion Gripper with Fibral Thin Film by Elliot Reitholtz, David Christensen, Ami Kyungwon Kang, Hao Jiang, and Mark Kikoski. Okay. And now we proceed to the Best Conference Paper Award. Jessica Hodgins and myself chaired the committee. The members were Julia Badger, Ryan Eustace, Seth Hutchinson, and Evangelos Papadopoulos. For this category, all papers in all categories are eligible, plus the 7 papers that are listed in your booklet. This was a very large number of papers to consider. Among them, the winner goes to Observability, Identifiability, and Sensitivity of Vision-Aided Inertial Navigation by Joshua Hernandez, Konstantin Tsotsos, and Stefano Suate. Congratulations. Okay, at this point, I want to say 3 brief things. The recipients need to go to the registration desk. They need to fill a tax form for getting their award. All the finalists are welcome to go to the registration desk to pick up a certificate. I would like to end by thanking my co-chairs, but also thanking the 43 members of our community who contributed to selecting these papers. They are really to be congratulated for and recognized for their hard work, because without this work, we cannot do this selection. Thank you very much. At this point, I would like to invite Lynn Parker, the conference chair, to the podium.
So today is actually a very special day. We're celebrating the birthday of Shaky this week, but we're also celebrating the birthday of another very special person, and that is Regina. Regina's birthday is today, and we want to all sing happy birthday to Regina. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Regina. Happy birthday to you. So, this is one of those pregnant pauses, as they say, because we're supposed to be rolling out a cake that has Shaky wishing Regina a happy birthday on it, but the chef is a little slow. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. But you can see a picture of it up there. I guess it's coming. It's coming. It's coming, I promise. Regina, would you like to make a speech? She said for the first time in her life, she's speechless. I think there's a cake. I was promised a cake. Here it comes. I see it. It's getting closer. It's getting closer. It's almost here. Almost here. There's an electrical cord to go over to. There's a difficult navigation challenge. Rough terrain. I think it's coming. They promised me it was coming. This is the quietest this room has been since during the lunch has started. Everyone's anticipating the cake. By the way, while we're waiting on the cake, there's a selfie wall over here if you'd like to get your picture made after the banquet with the ICRA logo on it, and you're welcome to get your own picture made. What, did they have to bake it again? I think Nancy's eating the cake. Nancy went to retrieve the cake, and I think she just thought it was really good. Is it coming? It must be really big. Drum roll. Yay! So we'll get some pictures made of this and we'll post it on the webpage. Okay, thank you all. So what we would like to do now is to invite you to ICRA next year. ICRA next year, 2016, is going to be in Stockholm. And so we have just a brief presentation here to introduce you to what you can expect next year in Stockholm. So this is Peter Ogren. He's the Local Arrangements Chair for ICRA 2016.